Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be. Shield Destroyer. So we already know that they're, basically bragging, right? Bragging, oh, look at our Elon Musk, who's got all the time in the world to open electric car companies, be the leader of that, and run SpaceX, control one of the biggest online media share platforms, and all the other 50,000 things that allegedly is all down to Elon Musk and his musketeers, right? But yeah, so they're bragging about how right now Elon Musk has an alleged brain chip, right, that's being trialled. So they're telling you, yeah, it's true, it's real, they're doing it, right? But let's see, we go back here. So Neuralink, founded by Elon Musk, has successfully implanted a brain-computer interface (BCI) chip in humans, enabling them to control computers, phones and devices with their thoughts. Now, I'm thinking about how people have reacted to crazy scenarios, right? And I'm thinking about how 2012 was just constantly marketed prior to 2012 as kind of D-Day, Armageddon, whatever you want to call it, right? And I figure, as much as it's like the world's over and all that, I think really they mean humanity's going to get pretty much wiped out, if not wiped out, right? And 2012 was a pinpoint marker year for that. Now, as far as needles go into babies, into adults, into children, we know one of those, or when I say one, could be a lot of different things, different names of pharmaceutical drugs that have this particular ingredient in it. And we know for a fact this isn't a fiction again, it's not somebody just making something up or hearing a story. This is something they mainstream that comes from them telling us they've done. They do think more they've done than they do, but certainly I would say without a shadow of doubt they probably still do, right? But I think it might even be told now that they're still doing it, but that's putting aborted baby fetus into the serums that go into people's arms, right? So what I'm saying is, with all the technology today, everything's no longer a cable, is it, right? You don't need to attach something to it, right? It doesn't need to be attached. For a computer chip to work, right, it needs a computer, surely. Are they trying to say that the brain is a computer, right? But surely you wouldn't need to, like, this picture gives you an idea that, the computer chip has to somehow be medically incisioned into the brain, right? But what if the computer chip isn't incised into the brain and it's simply running through the DNA, running through the bloodstream, running through wherever when injected, right? And therefore, by like Bluetooth, it's connecting to your brain, and such is then also wired up to whatever it is on your wrist, right? Whatever it is with your phone, all these electronically devices that are Bluetoothing are now doing that with your brain, right, through something. And imagine the amount of control you might be able to have over someone if you had a chip in them like that, right? Now, 2012, I think, was somehow a large control of the mind with a computer chip, and somehow a lot of people jumped up for it. I don't know how they put it in. Maybe the flu shot, right? Maybe it was a flu shot. Maybe in another country it's some other shot, right? But as long as you said yes, please, lined up for it, you consented, right? And you probably didn't look at the ingredients. You didn't read the card, didn't read anything, quite. It was just, yeah, they've said there's this problem and they've got a V for it. But then you flip that and you got 21, and in 2021, of course, a lot of people, the majority of the world, lined up for another V, right? And what I'm thinking is obviously in 2012, because what I couldn't say about 2021 is, although everyone was completely crazy, they proved they were completely crazy, and we'll go, yes, we will follow the guidelines, right? We think it's great to suffocate ourselves and love telling everyone, oh, don't worry, I'm protecting you, and do arm bumps, it's fun, I like the videos, we watch all the videos, let's talk about the videos, I like that girl who was a nurse doing a dance, it was great, or Thursday evenings are so exciting, I get my pan at 8 o'clock and I give it a good wallop for the NHS, you know, it's to me there's already something controlling their brain, right? They got them all to line up, and once they all lined up, right, boom, what have they put in complete control now, right? Maybe it's the conscious was controlled and now it's the subconscious too, or the other way round, right? And the fact that they're telling you they are putting, but giving you the impression that it's going on the brain, it's a medical procedure, right? When in fact, how long have they been doing this? As we know, technology is way ahead before they give it to us. And nobody's stupid enough not to know that, right? I hope. But how long have they had this technology? And could it be a truth that technology is taken away and then brought back in order to keep everyone in line, right? Follow the same script for 2,000 years. You know how the people are going to react. You know what plugs to pull when, innit? But you'll never know. But you know, I guess certainly we do know minimum 50 years, and I think that's being really generous. 50 years ahead of time. So whatever we got now, they've got 50 years ahead of, right? And imagine what you could do with that power before you tell everyone, right? For all these technologies. And they give us the theory that it's evolving technology by drip feeding us it, right? And they get us to consume more by doing so. Oh, you've got a fucking phone. I mean, how many phones have people had, right? How many mobile phones in your life have you had, people, right? Because you upgraded them, or you wanted something new or better, or for whatever fucking reason, right? Other than just breaking it. Televisions even, right? How many televisions? You used to have your television till it fucking broke, right? Back in the 70s and shit, right? You didn't change your telly. What, you got your telly? That was a lifetime thing, right? Now upgrade. Oh, look, there's a fucking 72-inch now. Ah, fuck, I thought it was there, 68. Oh, now they got fucking round screen. Now they got like these speakers. Wow. Just upgrade. Why they tell you, right? Why they tell you that the world's collapsing due to our overusage, right? Like, think about it, right? Jesus. But you think about the technology they've got and how they're well advanced on this for certain, right? Compared to what they're telling us, the greatness. Of course, they're selling it to everyone. I imagine your brain's connected. And they already look at everyone. Their brain is already connected to their fucking phones, mate. I don't know how many people now I'm seeing with these special watches on, right? All going, oh, look at this. Yeah, it's connected to me to me phone, and you know it's all like boo, oh, and then you got the ones that are doing your heart rate, doing all, you know, every runner now, oh yeah, you know, well I buy this watch that connects because it tells me my heart rate and da 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 da, right? And now soon it's to the point, right, where everybody, like I said, they're going to be completely controlled, right, by a thing on their wrist, right? Because it's going to say, oh look, Mark's got high blood pressure, right? It's going to tell me, Mark, you got high blood pressure. And I'm not just going to go, oh, okay, geez, well, maybe I'll lower my fucking beer or my whatever it is that might raise your blood pressure, right? No, this watch is great. It's going to now tell you also, Mark, I've noticed you've got high blood pressure. I see this as quite serious, and in order for your best health, I've booked you into a doctor's surgery tomorrow at 12 o'clock on your lunch hour. And so straight away you're like, oh wow, I've got blood pressure. Fucking watch telling me it's booked me for a doctor's appointment, and it's, you know, so I better take, you know, people are going to be living by it, man. And everyone will go, well, that's great, you get told, mate. How many people do you think when they want 10,000 people to do something, right, to go to a doctor, they've got to knock 10,000 of you off, right? And all of a sudden, all 10,000 at one time, right? I got bad blood pressure, right? Go to the doctors. The doctors then gives you something, and no, they died from whatever it was the doctor gave you. But on your death certificate, of course, and anyone that might know you at the time would probably shake their head and go, yeah, he told us he had high blood pressure. He died of high blood pressure, and you know, or whatever, heart attack, which blood led to from the heart, you know what I mean? Easy peasy, innit? But your whole life run from a computer chip, right? That again is in their control. So what they want to feed that computer chip in it, how they want to like do whatever they do, right? But them computer chips are going to be fucking mash, mate. But I don't think they need to put them into your brain, people. I think they're already in most, and most have shown that they were robots before 2020. They're already fucking going, right? And whatever they stuck in there, everyone says how people have changed since 2021, right? Well, people have definitely proved that actually there was a certain insanity about them way before, or certainly before COVID-19, right? Because no sane person would have, especially in a mass, would have done what they done with sanity, with their own control, right? So to me, I'm going, wow, the world is already there, and they're trying to get us all. They're trying to get us all. They're going to try and lead me to, you know, taking something for me to consent to get this fucking chip, right, in me. And I think that's a good thing to think, right? Because if you're not thinking it, and you're just going, shut up, of course that's not true, I'm not worried about a chip, I'm just saying, no, I don't want a chip. You got to, like, you know, anyway, it costs like £100,000, they're not just going to nilly-willy give these chips out. And it's like, yeah, they'll probably tell you that so you don't fear it, right? So you don't think, you straight away go, there's no way they're going to pay £100,000, but they're telling you, you know, a chip if you're a millionaire, and you know, and then they're going to probably hype somebody really famous, and people famous and rich who have got like all these idiots like fucking cheering them, innit? And they're going to say, yeah, he's chipped, and oh my god, and he's going to tell a story of how it's so amazing, right? It's so amazing. And then they'll round up how many people will take the chip, like literally knowing it's a brain chip, right? Not knowing the true extent of how it's going to control them, but buying all the yays, and then I guess consent might even be by everybody going, I want it, right? But they done it with the vax, right? So is there another one to come? Is there a final edition, right? The total upgraded version, where it, or are we already there? You decide, innit? Maybe there's another ointment to the potion, right? But to me, that's the only explanation I can give of why everyone is so fucked, right? So me, like, there's no change, right? No change in being able to make good, honest decisions. No change in being able to identify fantasy from reality, right? Following orders from an invisible entity, right? Completely following orders. All their daily tasks at the moment are around orders from a completely hidden entity. The Invisible Man, mate. In 6. Snake, maybe. IBL. I don't know. The Invisible Man. Because that's where, you know, everything's coming from. The whole world is a fucking mess because of the Invisible Man, mate. And all the robots seem to just be completely like blasé about every decision and go, oh yeah, I had that, they said I should do that, so I am doing that. I am smart. Like literally, innit? Yes, I heard that. The man on the telly said, the Invisible Man said that we should all do this, and the Invisible Man and the man on the telly have a lot of other invisible scientists and invisible experts, and so therefore why would I go for you when I've got a completely different opinion from them that's scientifically factual. Like, okay, you go with the Invisible Man then, mate, right? You go with the Invisible Man, the men, because apparently the Invisible Man are telling you factual stuff, right? And how it's so good for you all the time, innit? And it's all about your safety, isn't they? They're all the invisible people. They're all telling you how it's about your safety. Because the invisible people really care about you. And they're not extracting a penny for the favours, are they? There's not a penny being extracted, right? You just go about your life. You're not paying these lovely, lovely invisible men nothing, right? There's no such thing as tax, massive tax. They love you, see? They're doing it out of the goodness of their heart. That's why they're not taxing you. Oh, wait a minute. They are, aren't they? They are taxing you. Fuck. Alright, well, at least they're not like just taking the piss and fining you. Oh, shit. Fuck. They are fining you as well, aren't they? Oh, man. Oh, no. You're getting fined. What they said. Oh, no. They're telling you what to do. And they're making it really hard in so many areas of your life. It's hard not to do what they're telling you to do. Especially sometimes to earn a coin even, right? They might be telling you, oh look, you got to go 20 down here, but look, I can see a mile and there's not a single car or person, and there's nothing but brick walls either side, so there is nothing to hit. But if I get caught doing 25, A, I'm going to be really late for work. B, I'm now going to have to pay more money for insurance. C, I'm going to have to pay them a big lump of more money probably than I'm going to earn today, right? D, If I don't, if I didn't pull over, I'm gonna get a fucking. Sorry, if I didn't do 25 instead of 20, I was gonna be late anyway. So I could have lost my job, or would have been, you know, the boss would have looked at his watch. Come on, start 5 minutes late, or you got to be on time if you want to stay in this job. Or maybe it's already my third time that I've been 5 minutes late, isn't it? And now if I'm 5 minutes late because I'm doing 20, when it's perfectly safe to do 25, I'm going to lose my job, innit? So they buckle lives, innit? That's the whole point, innit? Stick to the rules, or we're going to fuck you over, just like Mafia, right? But they do it quietly, right? The Invisible Man does it quietly. It's a quiet attack all the time, innit? Just buckling you here, there and everywhere, right? And then everything's about your safety. Everything's about your safety, right? Why they put chips in your brains, right? Chips in your brains, right? Your safety, why they make you addicted to phones. So you're now walking out in roads because you're staring at phones. Are you not scared, people, of your children getting so addicted to these phones that they're just going to walk out in front of cars? Jeez. Adults, so-called. Well, you know, we know what adult means now, don't we? But again, you know, so addicted to their screens, crashing off the road because they can't take their eyes off them, right? And the only sensible reason of saying that definitely does exist, because they show you it does here, look, is they've already been chipped, mate. And 12 and 21 are swinging doors, right? They're, you know, you put out the media, the Facebook, the fucking YouTubes, whatever place people are going to on the internet, and start getting a load of shills to push. 2012 is the end of the world, right? They're telling you something, but it's a half truth, right? And 12 is a half spin, innit? Because the full spin is really 21. But yeah, they're hitting them somehow with something in 12, right? This is where the minds are going to change. They're no longer human, because they're not capable of being in control of themselves, right? They're now under control. But then in 21, complete control, probably, right? Emotions, I mean, emotions are freaking the fuck out of me. It's like everyone's just lost all emotions, right? They cry when they're meant to. They laugh when they're meant to, right? Most people, I'm like just chilling cold, right? Just chilling cold, man. So have a think. Let me know what you think, people. If anyone's got any info on 2012 and a mass fucking way of injecting people, I haven't even bothered looking. Could have been a massive flu epidemic, or, you know, but, and maybe it's even you know, a quarter of the people or whatever, you know, and then a lot of them would have thought about it, and then they draw him into 21. Right, he's going to take this one. Let's see. Now we've got him in the net. Now we'll catch him in the web, maybe, innit? The net in the web, mate. How are you getting out the net when you're in a web? You know what I mean? The web is in the net. And if you're attached to the web, how the fuck are you getting out of the net? You know what I mean? You're not getting out of the net, man. Don't take a bite from the apple, right? BYTE, right? Don't take a bite from the apple, mate. How many people are on their Apple computers? How many people are on their Apple phones taking a bite in it? A megabyte. A theory, but one that I'm hoping someone will have verifiable evidence that my theory is complete bullshit, and of course they aren't already under control. Cheers, guys.